This is the Epomaker HE65, a magnetic keyboard that's really interesting with a design that clearly nods to the Routine 68HE, featuring SOCD support and a very competitive price, just $60. But today we are not here to talk about that one again. Today we are talking about this. This is the new Epomaker HE65 mug, a keyboard that takes a different path compared to the HE68. It changes in design, introduces some really cool features, and yes, it's a bit more expensive. But is it really that different? The Epomaker HE65 mug is all-effect magnetic keyboard with a hot swappable 65% QWERTY layout. Unlike many other models from Epomaker, this HE65 mug comes in just one version, the one you see here. The case is entirely black, while the keycap set combines green and black keys with a few blue accents, the S keys, the spacebar, and Enter. The chassis design is simple but very well crafted. It's split into an upper and a lower half joined together with a clip system. The sides are slightly angled outward with a softened corner and rounded edges. They are also refined detail, a small engraved pattern running along the border. On the front side, the I/O panel is quite comprehensive. There is a USB-C port for connecting to your PC or for charging the battery, a sliding switch to choose between wired, Bluetooth or 2.4 GHz modes, and another toggle for selecting the operating system, Windows or macOS. And yes, it's compatible with Android too. There is also a convenient slot to store the USB dongle, but the real touch of class is a small square TFT display, measuring 128 x 128 pixels. It's fully customizable via software. You can display images, GIFs, whatever you like. Next to it is a multifunction knob, ideal for controlling volume or navigating the on-screen menu. Flipping the keyboard over will find 4 long rounded rubber feet that provide excellent grip. It also features a pair of adjustable feet that let you choose different tilt angles. In the center there is a small metal badge with some engraved text. In terms of build quality, the keyboard is impressively solid. The case is made of ABS plastic with no flex and no cracking whatsoever. It weighs about 1 kg, roughly 400 grams more than the HE68, mainly due to the larger 8000 mAh battery underneath, split into two 4000 mAh cells, which deliver up to 600 hours of battery life. The keycaps are also of excellent quality. They are made of PBT using a double shot technique with a cherry profile. They feel solid, well finished, with a pleasant texture and a great grip. Naturally, it features south-facing RGB backlighting, fully customizable both directly from the keyboard and via software. The HE65 mug uses Gateron magnetic white switches. These are all-effect magnetic switches, but there are smooth typing experience and, more importantly, incredible responsiveness during gaming sessions. As for the specification, the Gateron magnetic white comes with a 15mm spring. The travel distance is adjustable from 0.1mm to 4.0mm with steps of 0.01mm. They have an actuation force of 30 gram force and a bottom-out force of 47 ± 5 gram force. The magnetic flux starts at 102 Gauss and peaks at 905 Gauss. But enough talking, now let's hear how it sounds. The HE65 mug is a distinctly clacky sound. Typing on it is generally satisfying thanks to a well-thought-out combination of components and materials. The switches as well as the stabilizer come factory lubed with helps to reduce vibration and unweighted noise right out of the box. On top of that, there is a generous amount of sound dampening material placed strategically here and there to further soften the acoustic. Inside, it features the exact same gasket mount system as the HE68. So we have a 1.mm aluminum plate where the switches are mounted with a layer of a pro sandwich foam inserted between the plate and the PCB. At the bottom of the case there is a silicone pad that enhances both the sound profile and the overall feel during typing. But now, let's focus on the gaming side. Like any serious all-effect keyboard, the Epomaker HE65 Mag delivers ultra-fast and stable connectivity, boasting an incredible 8000 Hz cooler rate and a latency of just 0.125 milliseconds. Of course, it also supports simultaneous opposite cardinal direction. The setup is incredibly simple, just like we saw with the HE68. Thanks to the snap key feature, you can select any two keys and decide which one should take priority when pressed at the same time. It's fast and intuitive. The software, by the way, offers an impressive level of customizations. For example, you can fine-tune the actuation depth of each individual key. By default, it's set to 2.22mm and 2.80mm, but you can customize it anywhere between 0.10mm and 3.70mm. You can also configure markers, adjust the dead zone, and enhance trigger speed and accuracy using the full quick, which lets you precisely control both actuation and release point from 2mm all the way down to 0.01mm. Under advanced setting, you will find some seriously powerful tools: dynamic key strike, multi-tap, and finally toggle feature. And then there is the price. The HE65 Mag comes in at around $100. It's definitely not cheap. That's about $40 more than the HE68, but it's much less expensive than the Wooting 60HE. So are those extra $40 worth it? I honestly think they are. The design of a HE65 Mag is a much more original compared to the HE68, especially when you consider how many 1-to-1 clones of a Wooting 68HE are floating around out there. Let's be honest, we are starting to feel a bit tired. A lot of people will appreciate this fresh design approach. On top of that, we are generally useful addition like the multifunction knob, always handy, and that fun little display, which adds both aesthetic charm and functional value. These are the kind of detail that makes a real difference. Even though it's clearly geared toward gamers, thanks to features like SOCD support. HE65 Mag also appeals to users who want something versatile. A keyboard they can use not just for gaming, but also for work or on the go. With a triple mode connectivity and the large battery, it scores big in the portability department. So for around $100, the HE65 Mag is definitely a great buy. Huge thanks for watching, and see you again with the next one.